In January 2025, the Silicon Valley bubble didn't just burst, it was punctured by a single app. DeepSeek R1, a chatbot from a relatively unknown Chinese startup, shot to the #1 spot on the US App Store. The reaction was immediate and violent. Nvidia's stock crashed 17% in 24 hours, wiping out nearly $600 billion in market value. Why? Because DeepSeek claimed they didn't spend billions to build their model. They claimed they did it for just $5.5 million. This was the Sputnik moment for American AI. It proved that the moat of massive capital investment was an illusion. You didn't need $1 trillion to compete with OpenAI. You just needed better architecture. To understand why this terrified the industry, you have to look under the hood. DeepSeek R1 uses a mixture of experts architecture. Imagine a company with 100 employees. In a traditional model like GPT-4, every employee works on every task. It is powerful but expensive. In DeepSeek's model, only the relevant experts are called in. Out of 671 billion parameters, only 37 billion are active for any single query. This makes it insanely efficient. We tested this efficiency with a complex prime number algorithm. We asked R1 to write a Python script optimized for speed. Before it wrote a single line of code, it opened a chain of thought window. It debated brute force versus the sieve of Eratosthenes. It showed its work. Then, it wrote the code. The result ran perfectly in 0.02 seconds. This efficiency creates a pricing structure that breaks the market. OpenAI charges $15 per million input tokens for their reasoning model. DeepSeek charges 55 cents. That is a 96% discount. For a startup processing customer support tickets, this is the difference between a $22,000 monthly bill and an $800 bill. It explains why the user base has exploded to over 20 million daily active users in less than a month. However, running this model locally requires serious hardware. If you want to see the exact GPU requirements and the hidden cost of local deployment, I have published the full hardware guide at aetoolanalysis.com. But there is a catch, a massive one. When you use the free web interface, your data is routed directly to servers in China. We tested the model's censorship filters. When asked about American politics, it answered freely. But when we asked about Tiananmen Square or Taiwan, the model shut down. In one instance, it began generating a factual historical account, only for a secondary safety layer to detect the topic and delete the text in real time. Italy has already banned the tool over privacy concerns. Security researchers have confirmed that keystroke patterns and IP addresses are collected. If you are working on sensitive business strategy or proprietary code, using the web interface is a security risk. DeepSeek R1 is a technical marvel. It matches the world's best AI in math and coding benchmarks. It proves that open source innovation can outpace closed corporate labs, but it forces a difficult choice. Do you want the smartest, cheapest engineer in the world if that engineer reports to Beijing? For students and open source developers, the answer is yes. For the Fortune 500, the answer is absolutely not. The AI wars have changed. It is no longer about who has the most money. It is about who can do the most with the least.